All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of the Ultraviolet Grasslands. My name is Eric. I'm your dungeon master. Pronouns they or he. And I cannot wait to go back to the Ultraviolet Grasslands. Adam.
Woo. I'm Adam, as just mentioned, and my pronouns also he. He, him, male in general. How about you, Sage?
I'm Sage. He, him. I'm super excited despite wearing my wizard shirt today. I'm not playing a wizard, but that's poor planning on my part. How about you, Grant?
Well, hey everybody, my name's Grant Ellis, he, they pronouns, and I guess Sage has become the official wizard cheerleader by wearing a shirt to stick up for poor Lochloinn Esquire, who's about to have their heart broken and possibly their spine.
I mean, you never wear the shirt for the band you're going to see. Like, this is...
Oh, that's really good. That's... Okay.
Close to home.
Yeah, right? All right, let me do a quick recap, and then we have something prepared for Grant that wants to share with us, okay? And if you didn't watch the first episode, it's totally cool. You don't need to watch them. 3 adventurers left the Violet City to cross the grasslands for fun and profit. And they took off with a bunch of sacks of food and supplies, along with some trade goods and 6 skeletons, and pushing hand carts. With their first stop being to meet the Lime Matriarch in the steppes of the Lime Nomads. While resting in some dryland coral ruins, maybe dating back to the Steppe or maybe even like pre-chromatic eras, the party was tracked by a Vomish clacker and now are facing biosynthetic auto-golem death.
And yes, this whole game sounds like that.
Yeah, the whole game is these words, okay? Do you know what that means? No. Just listen to weird Western psychedelic folk and deep stoner doom metal, and it will all make sense. The more you gaze into this, the more it makes sense, is what I've been finding in my prep for this game.
Unfortunately, it gazes also. So
yeah, right? It's pretty wild. Okay, so welcome chat to hanging out to our game today. So where we last left off, you guys were camping. I never really described where you all were camping. So if you don't mind me, I took a little bit of a fictional, I put a little fictional flex here and said you guys are camping in sort of like imagine super old like. You know, like when there's only foundations of like, imagine something like Machu Picchu, right? Like just old stone foundations that looked so weathered that they could just be regular old stone at this point, but it's like monolithic. However, they're like every so often, like the stones are just arches, and like it was like a doorway. So like way less of like, you know, when the Fellowship of the Ring with like the faces and the stuff and Newman like around when Aragon sees that shit, like nothing like that. This is way older. Okay, it's just all like weathered and weird, and anyways, you'd probably be able to pay more attention if it was A, brighter, and B, this giant Vomish beast wasn't staring at you all in the face, roaring. So give me some initiative. Yeah, so this is the Black Hack for those who are watching and are like, what's this game do? It's basically like D&D, only a little bit lighter. What happens when you roll initiative is you're trying to roll, and if you succeed at a dex check, then you go before the monsters, and if you fail, you go after the monsters. It's very simple. There's the order of like who goes before and all that kind of stuff. It's all decided by the players.
I have now changed my name. So I can be all fancy and stuff.
yeah, I was definitely going to fail there. Not surprised. Oh yeah, and I have changed my name, so now my rolls will show as my character.
Okay.
Sweet.
Cool. So we got 2. So looking at the chart here, we got what? 2 successes. So Vesh is going first. Real quick, can everyone remind everyone who they are? I know they're on the overlays, but just in case people are tuning in, real quick, can we just go over?
Yeah. I'm Comrade Vesh. I am ostensibly a thief, but professionally a black gold industrialist. Thief is
Capitalists are thieves. I mean,
such a right. Well, as far as the communist dwarves are concerned, I am as thiefy a capitalist as we can get. But yeah, No. Comrade Vesh is traveling along with Comrade Vesh, his donkey. We're really
Yes, they're the same name. If
Yeah.
anyone is listening.
and in the proprietorship of our, It's
solidarity.
Exactly.
Nomacular solidarity.
Sage, you?
I'm playing Herodotus, the Decapolitan ambassador. He ambassadors through his weapons, basically. He carries a book of grudges and a big old hammer. And that's how you get peace, through keeping grudges and swinging your hammer. Grant?
I'm playing Lochloinn, who is leader of the Skelenturns. I'm a Cogflower necromancer lawyer, off delivering a letter to a count on the far side of the Ultraviolet Grasslands. I'm most known for having a Chitin bustier that I've been lugging around that has this love letter inside, a glowing green brick, which is great for distracting mechanical wildebeest in the grasslands, and my luminescent crab, who is about to become dinner for such wildebeest.
And Grant, you just reminded me, I got so caught up in getting started and getting everyone onboarded here that you have a letter prepared for us, Grant. Lochloinn has a letter, and so perhaps this is like a time is relative, and that is the best part of playing a role-playing game. This is before, and maybe you can tell us the first time you read this letter where that is, and then read the contents of the letter because you have it prepared.
Yeah, I actually kind of imagine this in my head as we charge to battle into the darkness, like LARPers in the film Unicorn City. It's like Theoden speaking over the riders of Rohan. Yeah. But that is the love letter. So, my dearest Alorsa, my cartilages long to be vibrated by the waves of your presence. How cruel that my great-grand-cousin refuses to allow our essences to commingle. I ruminate upon our last moment of contact hourly, and it moves me to such imperfect bliss that it would put the finest joy worms to shame. Perhaps this latest attempt at great-grand-cousin's greatness will finally fail, and we can live in bliss under the shade of the refracting trees, as the great Pomolo has foretold. Your precious moondrop, Sastumak.
Oh, that's so fucking good. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, thank you to Starving Sobret in chat for writing that letter for me.
Thank you. Yeah, that is amazing. Thank you so much. That's so good. Oh my god. Oh, that's perfect. That's frankly perfect.
So if we get at least one thing out of this character before they die a very timely death.
I'm hoping at least one magic missile as well.
You did make that initiative roll.
You made an initiative, so I think I know what you're doing to start with.
Right? Yeah. So it's initiative. We're in these ruins. This biomechanical wildebeest with telescopic eyes and several other extra appendages has roared. It's currently sitting on top of a pinkish glowing crab that cannot be seen. It seems to have grabbed this thing and it has roared at you all. What is the play here?
What's the word, Lochloinn? I've got my bow out as soon as I woke up, at least.
We want to try to tame this thing, right?
That's right, but it went poorly, and you and I were covering our diplomat.
All right, so I'm thinking we beat it up a little, and then I might be able to get it with a sleep spell. With that said, I think I'm gonna magic missile.
Yeah, let's distract it.
Right. What does Lochloinn's magic missile look like?
Oh my gosh! So it looks like if I had to describe it, a kind of like a melting ice cream cone, as if it's been lobbed. It doesn't really go straight. It's more of it has more of an arc to it. Uh-huh. But it always finds its man, or in this case, Batty in the dark.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's how it looks. So there's this kind of phantasmal, melty ice cream cone, a little kind of like a tentacle coming out the back.
Ew. Okay. Cool. So go ahead and cast a spell, which means you roll your spellcasting stat.
All right. I assume that's intelligence. I do not know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Da, 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 da. Failure.
Oh no.
Oh,
My
That's
highest stat.
quite a failure too.
Okay. So it fails. Of course it does.
Oh.
Don't act so surprised.
Yeah. So when you cast a spell, yeah. Did you add the level to the roll?
Did I add the level to the roll?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, the when you cast a spell, you add the level of the spell, which would have been 1, so you would have rolled 19.
Okay, so that's a 19.
Okay. Well, good for you. This game has a magical side effects table, which is always the best.
Oh yes.
It's page
All the
43 of the book. This is something that I have not added to. Unfortunately, I have not added this to the game. But what I need you to do, if you don't have the book open, I have it here available.
I have it
Just,
open.
Okay, cool. Just roll a D100. And see what happens to these ice cream cones.
All right. I hear round the round 97, so I'm great. Swap
That's
two
it,
attributes.
right?
You swap 2 attributes.
Yeah, I've done that once before. Gosh, do I become a muscle wizard? Nah, I'm gonna swap wisdom and charisma because I'm a jerk. They're both 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm so sad that that's not random.
Also, I
Yeah.
think.
Do
yeah.
I want it to be random? Let's make it random. It's more fun that way.
I mean, I feel like
That's what it's intended.
if the swap does nothing,
All right, so it's gonna be
Dexterity.
dexterity and my intelligence.
of course it
There you
is.
go.
Is that really bad?
It's not
Come
the worst.
on.
Your
It'll swap
dex
right back.
is 9.
And my intelligence is 14.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All you have to do is get an experience. Survive this experience, and you'll probably go up in intelligence.
I have one experience from doing drugs.
Yeah. They're an experience.
I need more. All
Okay.
right.
Okay, so instead you cast the spells, but what is it that causes you to fail here? Is it the nature of the monster? Is it something
no.
about the place, or?
I wear an angry shrunken head around my neck, and it goes like it kind of like flips up and bites my nose because it's tired and it doesn't want to be awake. It wants to be sleeping, and it's like it's I can't really pick a target, so my ice cream cone missile goes flying, then splits on the ground.
Oh.
When
Okay.
I pull it off, I feel a little more dexterous.
But you're not smart enough to know why.
No.
Cool. Okay. Well, that means so you've gone.
Yeah, and I
Vesh-
let loose an arrow at about the same time because that was the whole, we're covering our diplomat. So as soon as we see things go
I can't
sour,
believe I'm the one being covered for. Like, I think I've got the most HP.
yeah, you'll be fine.
But anyway,
And so I let loose at the same time as he's letting loose. So let's see how that goes. Bam. And I did the opposite.
wow.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh, that's a success. Awesome.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I believe I roll a d4 for damage.
Mm-hmm.
Ranged. Oh, not unarmed or improvised. A weapon damage. 2 points of damage.
Ooh, spicy. All right.
Yeah.
The arrow hits off the chitinous shells of this Vohm, this biomechanical wildebeest, and it hisses, and you can see some steam come out of its mouth, and then it turns to like saliva as it putters. So it's gonna go. It's going to whip its tail here at the Decapolitan Ambassador.
Back
Of course it is.
So I think that's a dexterity save from you.
Okay. Dexterity. Critical success.
Ooh, okay. That's very good. As the
I would hope so.
as the tail comes and whips out, you can see like little tiny needles, like kind of like as it lashes out, like a retractable sort of like sharp needle syringe kind of like comes out and retracts back into its tail as like you like duck under it and it goes over you. Cool. All right. How do you retaliate?
No, I'm not going to grudge it. Like, I'm not like, there's no even effect to grudging, but I'm not grudging the first thing we meet. No, I think I pushed these two bozos out of the way, and am like, in Decapolita, ambassador, like the strength is peace or something like that. Like, get out of the way and let me do my job. Yeah, I smash it with my my big old hammer is actually my seal of office and gavel. It's a big old hammer, or like ceremonial hammer, and I just wind up and like baseball swinging the thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, that is a strength roll, I believe.
Yes, it is. It's melee. Make it happen.
Okay.
No, wait. You're a warrior, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I have this special thing.
You apply a die to a creature.
Yeah. So I have a pool of d6 equal to my hit dice. So I only have 1d6 to hand out. So I assign my 1d6 to the one thing that I'm attacking. And I have to come up with an exciting and bespoke narration for the attack, which I believe I just talked about how I'm Babe Ruth in this thing. And then if so, I get the damage dice assigned and I deal that amount of damage. So I do have a success, so that'll be 1d6 damage.
Yeah.
4. I am twice as good at Vesh as Vesh at killing booms.
Well, my arrow was really a decorative arrow.
Oh.
Like practiced with my bow and arrows was in a ceremonial thing talking about how we won the war.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I still have a few of those arrows left in my quiver.
And sorry, I'm looking at my warrior special abilities. Actually, it also took 1 damage because I have shield back. Oh no, sorry, I'm not holding a shield. I didn't go with that one. Never mind.
Okay. Right. Well, you hit it with a loud crack, and it makes almost like a jackal like yelp, like and it like its head like literally like spins around a few times, right, before it like reconnects, and you see its telescopic eyes like readjust, and it just like just runs, and it just kicks up some earth and begins to run away from you all. It totally you knocked it down enough that I had to make a morale check, and it just absolutely whiffed it. And it's gone. It's like, this is not worth it. This is not today. Not today.
Are you gonna let our business partner escape?
Are you gonna let our Vesh wouldn't have hit it so I could take the credit. I mean, for I'm not here for business. I'm here for politics, and I've spoken softly and carried my big stick. So like I think Herodotus basically just like shoulders his seal and like turns around and he doesn't care about it at this point. He's going to go like sit back down at camp. If you guys, the money, the plebeian concerns there, you can certainly go after it. Because there's no money in politics. I can't say that one with a straight face. Yeah.
Oh man.
Right. I mean, it's running away. It's running off into the night, like it's using it's running at full gallop. It's not like you have a bunch of light sources around in the middle of the night at camp here. Yeah. So like seeing it might be like pretty difficult, but otherwise, if you let it go, it seems I described it as it wants to get away from you, right? You're not worth it.
Yeah, I guess that's fine.
I feel so like bad. My self-esteem's ruined. I thought we were worth it.
Nope.
Right. Well, so all that remains is the pink glow crab sitting there like,
Schmedley, are you okay?
If crabs could flick you off, it would totally flick you off. Just crab
I
hand.
remember that.
It's like, and then it it needs some time to process how it was almost eaten, and then it's back. It comes back and nuzzles you. How does it show its affection to you?
I
not
can't
like it
say
talks,
the first instinct, but okay. So what it does is it playfully takes its little claws and it kind of like pretends like it's going to bite me on the nose, just like the shrunken head bites. Apparently, it's always the nose with me, and then sometimes playfully tugs on my ears. It doesn't hurt, and then it wants to play chase or fetch with the green brick.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. It's definitely had an ordeal and doesn't feel like chasing or fetching, but it wants to cuddle, and so it'll try to pinch at your ear and be like,
Yeah,
"Let me sit on your neck."
I'll wear it like an earring for now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It just sits there. Yeah, it's a little tiny crab. Awesome. How about our comrade and ambassador this evening?
I mean, I was firing from the safety of my wagon, and so I think if it's booking it and we don't think it's coming back, I'm just gonna lay back down. It wasn't my watch.
Okay. So nobody wants to. Okay, cool. Then the night will go by. Everything is fine. Oh. Well, Lindy, thank you, everybody. Hi, we're playing the Ultraviolet Grasslands, which is a weird metal, hardcore, heavy metal Marco Polo. We just fought a strange wildebeest made of metal, and almost ate our crab, but we gave it such a wallop that it ran away. We're going out to the Lime Nomads. So then the rest of the night goes uneventfully, y'all. You're able to wake up, pack up the wagon, fold up your belongings, and head out. You are currently going at a slow pace.
Mm-hmm.
So that means we start the process all over again for the next week as you enter the steppe of the Lime Nomads. So we eat our supplies, right? Mm-hmm. So everyone deducts their supplies. I won't have the spreadsheet open for this game, but I know some people want to see the spreadsheet. And I get that. Oh, I have it on the wrong panel open. Sorry, 1 second.
I'm dealing with the supplies.
Okay, I was about to say.
There
so
you
we
go,
don't have
everybody.
conflicting edits here.
Yeah, I dealt with it last time, so I'll deal with it this time.
Okay.
Cool. I went ahead and added notes to
Nice.
for what a sack is, but I also added Grant's names for the skeletons here.
yes.
Yogan and Magnus they're empty, so they can carry things that other people need to carry if we need.
Yeah. The skeletons don't rest, right? Or do your skeletons need to or anything? Okay. What does a lone skeleton look like to you? Like, what is the process of a lone one? Is there any connotation, or is there any symbol or something that represents it, like, they're loned, or they just look like any other skeletal laborer, like anything from your company?
Well, what they do, unfortunately, the firm's pretty cheap. What they do is they cut a hole in the bottom of a potato sack and pull it over their heads, and then have them puncture their own arms out because they don't want to dull the scissors any more than they have to. And then we have the company logo. It's upside down, but that's because people get it.
So they're just sacks.
Skeleton potatoes.
Yeah. These are potato sack skeletons.
Okay, just carrying these giant adventurers' handcarts.
Yeah. I mean, the good ones, after they make 3 runs, we upgrade them to a pair of lederhosen. It takes a good 3 runs before that.
I love the idea. I love that they get promoted and they get better clothes. By the end, they're wearing metal suits. And it's
yes, mech,
Yeah.
Yes.
Riding one of those weird walkers that the satraps have. All right, so we removed our sack of supplies. Then it's time for another misfortune roll. Now Lochloinn rolled it last week.
Yeah.
I think it's fair for someone else to.
Yeah, I think it's me.
Yep.
So this is sorry, what kind of roll is this? I forget exactly how it.
Oh, this is
what
a
we did last time.
charisma. It's a charisma check.
Oh yeah, that's why nobody wanted to do it because we're all awful.
Oh yeah. So, if anyone missed,
Terrible.
if we all missed the care gen part of the screen, I think a stream. I think what 8 is the highest number.
I've got a monstrous 6 charisma.
Oh yeah, you're even worse than me. I'm only at 7.
Oh, sorry.
And,
The highest is a 7.
Oh yeah, that was almost a critical failure. Cool. I am also extremely unlucky. I like how like we're all if you're good looking, if you're like good looking, you're also lucky. Like that scans.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So as part of this misfortune as well, Herodotus, would you mind rolling a d4 for me? This is the extra amount of days it takes to get moving. To give you a description of what things are like out here in the Highlands. Okay, so 2 more days. It's ticked up. You've now spent an additional 7 days out here, so go ahead and mark down supplies as well as I paint a picture of what's going on. So yeah, so the week another week has happened, so you need to eat since you have left the Violet City. The clock, the seven cycle clock goes back down. So as you get more and more into the Lime Nomads territory, the elevation gets higher. The scrublands and water gets less. This is a hard area. It feels rusted. There are generally a few light metal struts as well as some other that seem to be like older. It seems like some of the best, or I should say, most interesting places around here are the structures that sit on top of various large bluffs and rocks around, kind of like what we see here on the background. They're generally brutalist in structure and in their architecture type, but we call them like machine-human architecture, coming from the Purge period.
Are you using that random art type generator?
I am, and it's really good.
I was like, Eric is very well studied. I was like, wait, there's a generator.
Hell yeah. I spent a lot of time today making these generators. Okay. So I'm good. No problem with it. Half the time I'm running this game is to show how like I run it. And so I know I felt intimidating when I looked at this book and how awesome it is, but how do I translate it to a game? So, I mean, this is what I do. I look at things and bumble through them so you don't have to. So the second mouse, so you can be the second mouse and I'm the first mouse and you get the cheese.
Huh.
Okay. So, to what your characters think is that this stuff just looks like it's odd out of space and time, just like most of the places are out here. You just know also that it's kind of hard. It's hard to rest, hard to get supplies out here. It's hot. It's simultaneously hot under the sun and also cold. It's colder than the rest of the grasslands here as you get a little bit more north, up to where the plateau where you should expect to find the Lime Matriarch this time of year. Let me ask you, who's the person who probably is most knowledgeable of the Lime Nomads?
I mean, I'm a diplomat. I have to know about a lot of people, so probably, unless somebody has some like very hands-on experience.
No, that scans with me.
No,
Never heard of them.
no, that makes that checks out. Okay, I think for the interests of the game, I think I'm going to take you that. You've heard that this time of the year, they tend to congregate around the great biomechanical baobab tree. And that's what you're on the lookout for. You can't miss it. Literally like a 3-story tall giant tree. Don't really know much about it, but you know that it's also has plenty of little dangled little prayer offerings off of it and stuff like that. You know it's important. You know that nomads like to come by here. So that's where you're hoping to catch them, or at least get some directions from someone else. Like it's a kind of a landmark, so to speak. So hopefully you might run into some other people. But speaking of running into things, you failed that encounter check, that misfortune.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. Okay. So unfortunately for you, my friend, you got a bladder infection.
Oh jeez.
You lose 1d4 strength.
Ouch.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
That's probably fine.
You have died of dysentery.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's down to an 11. That was my
Very-
best stat. It's still not,
Like,
or no, sorry, it's my second best,
Yeah.
and it is still my second best.
Well, that's probably fine, right?
yeah,
Probably.
no
I
problem.
mean, I'm now drinking plenty of water. You better believe it. Um,
I mean, is that the problem?
I don't know. Like when we were
Yeah.
just delayed, I had a pretty good explanation for how we were, like, just the delay portion of it, for how I got a bladder infection. I'm a diplomat, doctor, not a doctor. Jim, I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense to me. Okay.
Though I think, I think he doesn't know, and I think that puts Herodotus like on edge. He's like, he's not sure if this is like some kind of what was it? The Sapphire City,
Ooh.
like sabotage.
Okay. All
I
right.
think you've been helping yourself to the cat coffee. That's what happened.
Yeah. The cat coffee definitely stinks.
Oh.
The minerals that it transports the cat coffee in, the raw cat coffee, is losing effectiveness. It smells like cat poop.
Somebody has to scoop it out. I mean,
Angus
we've been
is,
on we've been
is
on the road
carrying
for
it.
like 2 weeks. Like, you
Yeah.
really should do it at least once a week.
That's all that's
Clean
in
out
that
your
bag.
cat coffee.
Yeah.
We just got Angus way off to the side, pushing that cart.
Poor Angus.
He can't smell it.
Yeah, exactly. So you just hold him back. So
fine.
imagine cut to the scene of a silhouette of some purpley cliffs as you all are kind of going up these rocky escarpments. You know, just your silhouettes, giant hammer. You know, and then in the far back is just the stinky cat litter going up the hill.
Angus throws some serious side eye with his blink eyeballs from time to time.
Oh
You know.
boy. Yeah. Well, in all of this bad news, you do have some good news.
Lies.
No, fresh tracks, footsteps,
Ooh.
wheels, heading off, which is good because you can see, like, up here, you kind of get to, you know, looks like the path could maybe diverge and get a little bit confusing, but you find some good fresh tracks going. You know, it splits in like a Y, so like it goes to the left or right. It goes more into the deeper into the hills rather than up the hills, wherever they would go.
We have some caps. Into the hills, I believe, is our destination.
All about that.
Okay.
So
cool.
going away from the fresh tracks.
Ooh. I mean, they are nomads, so fresh tracks seems pretty good. I've never been.
We
out
should
here.
follow it.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna take the traveler's word for it, even though they've got something to learn about proper travel health inspections.
Yeah, I think that's might be what it is. Okay. Down the hill, you can see that there is a small settlement that's been gathered. You can see that there are some Lime nomads here, but it looks to be like several other sort of caravans have sort of parked themselves in a good distance away. The baobab tree is not here. You're just in a valley, and while in this valley, you can see that the several caravans have sort of set themselves up. You can see that after them, there's maybe a space of like 200 or so, like really like clear feet, and then you see a small little town made out of, right now, it looks to be maybe like dried coral, and you can see that a lot of people are kind of out of their carts or out of their machines that sort of set up camp in this sort of area. But you can also see that they're separated from the town as you know, as you're like coming up and going into the valley. You can see these are the tracks where they're going. If you want to look around and maybe get some more context clues about maybe what this is, but I'm just describing what you see right now. That's possible, but otherwise you can just go head in and see what's going on.
I mean, I'm all for right in, except for our stinky pal. Maybe we set up camp far enough away that we look legitimate, but also can't be smelled.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. I also tend to go for the just go in, but I think trying to protect the cat litter is probably a good idea.
Okay. So the sounds and things that you hear in this camp, you can hear that the authority figures here, they are part of the many-headed collective of biomancers extraordinaire. You can see that they're all wearing what would look kind of like NASA spacesuits around here. You also see that they tell nobody to go past, and as you get close, you can see that there's like a long red line, kind of just made out of some sort of like tape or string, maybe like nylon or something like that, that's been spread out in the back. And they're saying nobody go past this line, that you are all are here for inspection and evaluations for a possible ultra containment. Ultras, of course, are ghosts. So you kind of hear that this is kind of like a checkpoint to make sure no one's harboring ghosts.
I mean, we do not do anything with ghosts. Just other forms of undead.
I just make ghosts. I don't keep them around.
Yeah.
I've been advised not to comment on this situation.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like only one of us is really going to have too much problems, but we'll see.
I feel like, yeah, bringing a lawyer to the border is going to be a fantastically exciting role-playing session.
Right. So you guys try to slink off. Do you want to like avoid regulations here and see what's going on, or do you want to get up front about it and introduce yourselves and to see what's like try to talk to an inspector? Like, what's the approach here of you all, right? You're not doing anything illegal, so like maybe you feel like this doesn't apply to you. Like, what kind of group are you, or what do you do?
I think we should just go up, make our intentions known, let them know we've got a long-standing meeting and engagement with the Lime Matriarch Isabera. We must proceed.
Okay.
Are these folks in your book?
I mean, this is a fresh book of grudges I'm on here, so far, no. They may be very soon.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, the book of grudges is like my log book. So like so far, I think I'm new. This is my first ambassading.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I know of them, of course.
So do we lead with the lawyer then, or do we lead with the politician? Or do we lead with me? But the problem is this is my first business venture, so I don't really have experience in customs.
I think we definitely lead with the lawyer.
Yeah. I'm going to come up, hand on lapels, and I'm going to stride right in.
Yeah. Greetings, Emerald Litigator. My name is Katyu.
Well, that's a fine name. I am Lochloinn.
Yes. Perfect. Lochloinn, Esquire. Yes, indeed. Let me ask you a few questions.
All right. But I charge by the hour.
I don't understand if that was a joke.
The fact that you thought it might be a joke is a pretty good sign, though.
It goes down and pulls out a little note or clipboard, right? And begins to make some whispering notes. No, it doesn't look like a citation. Just make some notes. Yes, bad humor. Certainly not hidden Vome or Ultra. And like looks at you when it says those words.
Oh, yes.
Good. How many in your traveling party?
Just myself, the boy, 2 droids. No, sorry, I went there immediately. We've got a Comrade Vesh and Comrade Vesh and Herodotus, the diplomat, and these skeletons, of which there are not as many as the official count.
We probably don't need to
elaborate.
In. So
Why?
I yank you.
There are 5 skeletons that need to come with us.
Can't we
One
leave
has to
this?
stay out because he smells.
Okay. That. Do you say that? Because that's a huge red flag to inspectors being like, yeah, we have 6, but one's not coming. It's like a real, I don't know, that's a real questionable shit, you know what I mean?
We should leave them with the stuff. Like,
no,
we're not going to bring...
They know you have stuff, and because no one travels the grasslands with just a backpack and a pocket full of dreams, you know what I mean? Like, you have things to claim.
No,
it's not possible.
But they don't have to cross the line.
No, yeah, they can investigate English if they want, but the issue is he smells bad, and we don't want to offend the matriarch.
Who do you think the many-headed collective of biomancers extraordinaire, of whom I represent, has partnered with? Litigator.
Ask him if that's a joke.
Yeah, I was like, that's a joke.
No joke. It is springtime. Everyone knows springtime has the highest probabilities for Vomish and Ultra infiltration.
You don't need to be so condescending about it.
We take our jobs most seriously.
I can tell. And you do a fine job. The issue is... well, we just don't want to offend the matriarch, but if you prefer, we'll take all 6 skeletons. What's it matter? But, if she gets offended, we're going to come back and we're going to have words.
Good. Our tests require a pound of flesh.
Well.
Oh, I knew we should have brought the zombies instead of the skeletons.
Sorry.
For your 6... fleshless companions, a less invasive procedure can be provided. However, the forms are quite expensive.
So
and they show you a form example, right? And it's like a less invasive ultra infiltration like survey and containment form, like a sample, and you see that the price tag is 50 cash per skeleton.
Jeez.
It also says 1 to 5 day processing time too.
Okay, it's time for me to try this. Herodotus comes forward and is like, puny lawyer.
Maybe I should have started.
You got you let law get in the way of politics. Decorum.
I'm trying to think of the best mini-headed one. I am an official combat ambassador of the the Decapolitans. I demand that I be let through on grounds of my diplomatic standing, along with my companions.
Diplomatic immunity does not render you immune to ultra infiltration, Ambassador, respectfully.
You
want to push him here with charisma, right?
Yeah, I do actually want to push him here with charisma.
Sorry,
I'm going to push here on arguing that main points of argument. First of all, yes, it does, and second of all, also I am. Oh man, I've got to come up with a longer title here, but I'm Trinary Ambassador, 3rd rank. I would know if we were transporting ultras, and they also were worried about Vorm
infiltrators too.
Boom. Sorry, I cannot get that one right.
I know, it's okay. Violent mechanism.
Violent mechanism, that helps a lot. So I argue that, and then I also show him, and as far as any Vohm that we might be transporting, I show him my seal up office, which still has little bits of metal wrapped around it from where I smacked the one before. We've already dealt with our own infiltration in there, and believe me, it won't be coming back. Okay, so cool. Going for my charisma roll.
Yep. Give yourself advantage for being an ambassador.
Cool.
I feel like you earned it here. they don't want to get into Decopolitan politics. So this seems
Success.
Ah,
Wow, on my 7 charisma.
yeah, very well, Ambassador. You have proven yourself a non-ultra infiltrated individual. A pound of flesh from you will not be required. Your companions, though, I cannot say the same.
Well, I did my best, guys. Have fun.
Yeah.
I've got pounds to spare. Go for it.
So just to tell you real quick, also because we haven't really played this game together and that kind of stuff too much, you can let me know if you wanted to call for a roll when we're role playing, to be like, yeah, but like, you know, I'm a smooth talker and I say something blah blah blah.
Sure.
You know, that's totally cool too. Especially when we're in like the weird things like this, you're not sure how to dance around what's going on. But also at the same time here, so like possible things at stake here, you're in a position to maybe haggle down the prices of things for your friends, Sage. Like that might be on the table. You're not just like immediately cut off from that role. Like there's some options here, but the idea that like you have secured, you are free. You can go past here. You have your papers and they stamp you a little thing. I think it's a tattoo. It's a temporary tattoo because it's like your flesh, right? So they tattoo you, and then you would be good. But yeah, you're right now your companions aren't.
Yeah, I can't really go it alone. The entire reason I'm with these guys is because I need them.
Yeah.
Because going it alone isn't a great idea. Though actually, I think the sticking point for me right now is the skeletons. Like there's no way that we can. I mean, we kind of do need them, right?
We need the mule because the mule has the chitin caps.
Yeah, that's my stuff. I got the mule and the cart and me, and like.
Yeah, unless you want to haul the chitin caps yourself. Here, Herodotus.
I got the mule.
Okay, so.
They have to check everything, so like, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Like
you're like declaring shit at the border.
Yeah. So you guys are suggesting basically leave the skeletons out here with someone. Like we set camp out here for them.
And the coffee.
And the coffee. And then we just go, like, the other two go in with the chitin caps and the mule and the... Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any, like, sense of how much further it is? Like, how committed to splitting the party are we here?
3 weeks.
At our pace, it could be.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, really, we can't exactly leave the skeletons here just on their own because somebody's just gonna like steal their shit.
I've been waiting to split the party in the UVG, so we're like 7 weeks apart.
It's
not bad if I stay behind, but I almost think I could sneak my way in.
Oh boy.
I mean, one of the two of you needs to come in with me. I'll leave it up to you, like, who it is and how we're doing it.
Vesh, this is your first business operation. You gotta learn how it's done.
Yeah, I think it makes the most sense for me to go in.
Sure.
For the two Comrade Veshes to go in with the cart. I can deal. I'll make it. We have dealt with worse.
That works for me. And I mean, I know I can't talk them all the way through, but can I at least talk it down to like a quarter pounder flesh of something? Like,
the test requires a pound of flesh. That's how their machines work.
At least we're not paying for the skeletons. I mean, sorry, good luck. I'm curious how many HP or Constitution or whatever you're gonna lose.
Can you take it from over here? This is where I need to lose.
Adventurers with love handles who are just like.
Roll a d4, and that's the amount of con you lose.
I'll be fine.
That's the procedure.
No problem.
Real fine.
Yeah, I rolled high. That's what you want, right?
Yep.
I'm not yet dead.
We will take from there and other places. This individual's flesh is weak. We require another sample. and like, that's why, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you two are cleared to go talk to the limes.
Oh, good. I'm gonna need a lime.
Yeah. You see like, ultra containment zone. You go past now, you two, or
Yeah, like where are we gonna focus camera on? Are we gonna go skeletons for a little while? We're at 9, so that would be mid-session break sometimes.
yeah.
Or do we go forward politics wise?
I
What are
think
you
need to go
thinking,
forward
Grant? You'd be all solo for a while.
Yeah, and I anyone that wants to buy the 3-disc special edition to have the skeleton turn Lochloinn scene, it's there for you to buy, but I think we should go with the diplomat.
Okay.
The deleted scenes. Yeah. Okay,
Right.
inwards.
Okay, cool. So then we cut to a large hut inside of or like kind of like a yurt, or like even like a bivouac. Inside of it, it's like a coral bivouac. Who knows how this thing folds up, but it does. And yeah. Ooh, I wonder if it's like a mollusk, and then it's portable because it like closes up. Then
Yeah.
Way cool.
So like it like sprawls out like a sea cucumber, right? And then like it would close up again. So right now that's sort of like the structure. So like a huge like land sea cucumber arches out, and there's little like webby kind of fingery appendages that come down, and then they like hook. It has little like hooks like rings into those little spreading out parts, right? Like the webbing that anchors it down. And then and inside here, in this weird bio tent, is the Lime Matriarch, who's currently resting. And you can see she's being treated on by several advisors. All of them look very strong. Several of them are wearing what looks to be water suits, which you've heard of before. They're very rare, usually reserved for very elite people. Still suits.
I was about to say, still suits?
Yeah, still suits. I know. I see you, Sage. I see you.
Yeah.
You're recognized. Right. So she doesn't look ill, but maybe. And as you kind of like, slink into the tent and you hear them whispering and stuff like that, you're like, yes, of course, yes. But the visions are getting worse, right? Well, I wouldn't say that. And, we have foreigners, and they go back and talk. Yes. Hello. Welcome.
Oh, we heard you need some chitin caps.
You're the Chitin Cap travelers. Oh, excellent. Good.
Super group name.
We need those. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this is part of the game where you get to roll on some stuff because you're doing some speculative trading here, and this sort of represents the haggling of what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and do that here. So we're going to be negotiating, and they say, yes, the chitin caps, as promised. Well, naturally, we agreed upon the going rate.
How much worse could the going rate go for negotiation purposes?
Let me look at my notes real quick. So to give you what's on the factor here is, if you get a natural 1, your goods are confiscated. A general failure, there's degrees of failure here, right? You're probably getting half as much, right? A general success here will get you no profit, but nothing else. And then you might get like anything higher gradated successes might be like a nice margin, so like maybe 20% on top. Real good roll might be like 1.5, like a good trade, and then like natural crit, would be like a masterful trade where you get twice as much.
Don't get my hopes up. But I believe that as far as trading is going, I'm gonna, kind of itch my scar. I'm probably bleeding a little down out that side, and I say we've got them with us. You may inspect the goods as you wish, and we have 6, but we could pretty easily go get more if you needed some more. If we have a nice working relationship here, and then I am all up for rolling. Because I'm not going to make Sage roll all the charisma.
Well, yeah, but they look at you and they're like, hold on. Like, we know of your kind. And they speak in Vulcan, right? They speak in the dwarf. They're like, we have traded with you before.
With the Vesh? With my family before? Or with my kind before?
Are there multiple Vesh?
My whole family is
It's
named Vesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. We have traded them many years ago, but not in the recent memory. And they look at each other and like, yeah, it's been a while.
But it's a really nice place for that language to be spoken.
It
is.
is.
I appreciate that.
Right. So to everyone else, when you hear the Vulcan, it's really terse. It's really curt because it's supposed to echo, and the space for reverberation is like a big deal in this language. And so it's like, yes.
So I do appreciate them speaking the language in such a way that it does have all the punctuation and small
you
marks.
Speak well
stuff.
for did
you
just say we speak well for nomads?
It just makes me feel like home again. I haven't been home in a long time.
Yes. Okay. How are the Redlands doing these days?
I haven't been home in a long time.
No news from your family?
Everybody's still there. No, they told me to come back with black gold or with nothing.
Black gold. They just like roll their eyes like, you're fucked. that doesn't require an insight roll or anything like that, but you know what I mean? They just go, huh.
I did
that's the thing.
A long time.
Yeah.
And the way that I say a long time, I'm manipulating the echoes in the space because I've got the tone of it by now, so that I can get a nice long reverb, longer than normal, because that's how you emphasize words in the language, is getting the echo to come back and beat when you say something else.
Perfect. Okay. Let's see what happens, right? Right. Let's see your charisma test.
Charisma test.
The way that's written in okay. Let's do that. Roll under or whatever.
Okay. I mean, no, but okay.
Okay.
Not a crit though.
Not a crit. Yeah, but that's about a degree off of failure here. Right, cool. Yes. Well, because you represent the Vesh, we will keep our original agreement.
Much appreciated.
Yeah. But then when they go out and like give you like the money and stuff, they realize it's way less than what you thought. It's 50 gold or 50 coin, not 100.
Well,
this is the deal we had with the Vesh. Your kind are honorable, they say, because they know they're like kind of giving it to you right now, and being like, "Aren't you're so good at taking this this deal?" Would you like a lime?
I look to my my diplomat as I take the 50.
Our deals are not as sour as our limes. Yeah.
I'm not sure if I could handle a lime that sour then.
Well.
All right. We have an empty cart.
There's there's a gasp from the tent as the lady matriarch wakes up. and both of the trade negotiators that are working with right now, their advisors, immediately like, here you go, and they immediately jump back and go over and talk to the Lime Nomad, the matriarch. Right now, there's money on the table. Right, like it was counted, and yours is over here to the side. You have a chance to grab a fair amount as they go help their matriarch.
Listen, I'm a thief, but I'm not a thief.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm sitting right there next to the ambassador.
Okay.
I mean, I could care less for money. It's
money doesn't buy you love.
All of my needs are taken care of by Decapolita. Money is for the lessers, like you.
And And he's totally not used to money, Vesh, because what use is it after you get back home? And since he hasn't done very many business trips, it's like, well, 50/50 is a number. How much could a banana cost anyway?
Go see a Star War.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You shall not tempt me.
Cool. So deals happened. If you like, you're in a place where you can trade. You're in a place where you can pay money instead of eating your supplies. You can also buy supplies out here for the next part of your journey. You can also see if there's other people around that are looking to like off-sell things to people who are going the other way, that kind of stuff to help cover expenses.
One thing that we may want to do,
or hear about rumors of places nearby.
I was about to say, is there any sign of like the Purple University around here? Like that's my mission.
That's right.
Yes.
Is that a roll to look around?
Yeah, circles.
What stat is that?
Yeah, it's charisma.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
At least it's not wisdom. It could be worse. Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay. They don't hate you.
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
No enmity clause.
Okay. Oh, awesome. Okay. Yes, a purple sorcerer is here. They're not your purple sorcerer.
Okay, that was about to be my first question.
They're not a Judica Magistera Sadoba. This one is Hieroarchaeologist Delno Odomes.
Okay.
The first thing you notice about him is how off-putting and blue his purple robes are. This is contextually a big deal.
Yeah, I was figuring.
Blue is heretical. The blue swamps of the world are because they worship the dead god and everyone made war on them and they're all bad. And so apparently this person is a hieroarchaeologist, which means they look at old temples, specifically to the dead god and stuff. So this person is not popular, to say the least.
Okay.
But they're absolutely part of the purple collegium, right, of magic. They have, they're part of staff. They have tenure.
Okay.
They might know some leads and stuff like that for your characters, right?
And could you give me the name again? Because like it is hard to get these names down.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Enough. Okay. Cool.
Make some friends, Sage.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. With my gavel like lowered, almost dragging in the dirt, and
he speaks Purple Lander to you, like, oh hey, as you're coming over, like, hey, oh, good, well met.
Well met.
Do you answer in Decapolitan or do you answer in like Common Rainbow Lander or?
I think probably Common Rainbow Lander here.
Sure.
I want to like meet him halfway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well met. I'm surprised to get such a greeting from you.
God, listen. These prices, this pound of flesh thing is kind of outrageous.
If you have to pay it, it is.
Like, what you talking about?
I was hoping to have his interest now.
I've been hanging out paying my 20 quid a day at the quarantine house here, but I mean, it's not my money. But that pound of flesh is my pound of flesh. I don't want to get reimbursed by the university. So he's kind of just sitting here.
My standing comes with its own benefits. The Decapolitans. Okay. Context for everybody else. If this guy isn't very well liked, I'm totally trying to poach him. We're always on the lookout for purple information.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I try to play it cool and just like humble brag about how like I didn't have to pay a pound of flesh. Like,
Yeah,
come with, yeah,
you flex there. But something your character would absolutely be aware of
yeah.
would be that he would be just as unpopular in the Decapolitan spheres as
Oh,
he
sure.
would be. But he is a magician, so
He comes with information. I don't
Yeah.
care if he's popular here.
Yeah.
I will tell him he'll be popular,
All right.
and I will use him for everything he's worth.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
yeah.
Apparently, yeah, he's like, this sounds real good. Like, that sounds really awesome. It would sure would be great for you to help me out here, buddy. I'm kind of stuck here. The things I research are super questionable. I'm not even sure a pound of flesh is going to be enough for these guys. You know, like he's like trying to sell like how tough his spot is.
Yeah. Is he like? I want to very diplomatically sound out. Like, does he have any valuable information? Like, I'm all for stealing anything I can from the purple wizards. But
Yeah.
ideally, I'd like to like get some quid pro quo here.
Sure. Well, what would you be most excited to find?
Oh gosh. Oh man. Something magical like that. That is apparently the Decapolitan's like weak side of things. Like anything.
Sword Peddler in chat says, ask him if he can appraise a table, the one with the cash on it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, like I'd be, if he can point me at something magical and valuable that I can take back to Decapolita. Yeah.
He's so okay. So like, we say something like that together, right? Like it sounds like you're talking about like, well, I might be able to help you out. I'm on a mission myself, and I might be able to, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's like, well, I have just the thing for you. 1 second, and he goes over this dude goes. You thought that he was just standing near some mud, but he keeps his stuff in mud, and he goes and digs down into this little mud hole and pulls out something. He's like, "Oh, that's not it." And it's like a metallic spider. It's like ching ching ching. He's like, "No, that's not it." And like goes back and looks around, and then he finds. He's like, "No, it's a minor cricket, and that's not what you want." Just a minute. I got it. And it's like, here it is, and it's a clockwork brainworm. And he's like, "Listen. All you have to do is ingest this to somebody, and it will make someone more malleable."
Oh,
it adjusts personalities and changes minds, but they have to eat the clockwork worm.
Valen.
I found this. You would not believe this story as he like begins to talk about how he was talking to he found a dead satrap who had a couple of these and off in the let's say like past the near the serpent stone.
Yeah,
so this dude's been around a while too. So like it's
man.
Like he's on his way back.
And so, okay, I can try to.
Do you want the clockwork worm?
Get him. I mean, I'm interested in it. I'm thinking that what I should do with it is take it back so that we can try to like build a counter to it. But realistically, if I'm carrying this thing around, at some point it's going to be way too tempting. I'm going to end up using it.
Right.
And it's also awful. Like, make people more I do not like the thing that sounds like. Oh gosh. I guess I'm figuring out if Herodotus has any strong moral feelings of his own. Actually, I ask him. Can I see that more closely? Like, I'm act like I'm curious about it.
Yeah. Okay. So just be careful with it. And you can see that the clocks are all made out of bone.
Okay.
Like ivory.
So this is a rare thing to find. Finding something like this.
Oh yes.
And you said you found just a couple on this, or is this the only one?
Well, I did have a couple others, but and he kind of looks around and he's like, but we encountered some troubles on the way back. He looks kind of sad. You can, and he's like, he gets really excited. He's like, oh look, because you're like holding it. He's like, look, you can see. Hold on 1 second, and he like grabs it from you a little bit and like turns it upside down to you. And it's like, you can see the Livingstone inlay. See the little filigree in there? That's amazing. See that comes from the long ago. Like it's amazing. And he's like, you know.
What I'm gonna do is, the more I know about this guy, the less I like him, and so I'm rapidly going from the I want stuff from him to the like nobody should have this thing.
But at what cost? Yeah, but you want to help your town, don't you?
Yeah, but I mean, making sure that the purple wizards have fewer of these things is helping my town. I feel like, which is why I'm about to smash it. Since I'm holding it anyway.
Saw that coming.
Yeah, I think Adam was reading me pretty well there. Yeah, so when I know he's right by me, like, and he'll probably try and stop me. But with as little warning as I can, I just bring my hammer down on it and try to like smash it. Like, this is not something that I think anybody should be able to do. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a question of whether or not you hit it or anything like that. I guess it's a question of you doing it better before he can react. So it makes me think it's a dexterity.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Which is not my best.
Does anyone have a best stat in this group? Like, it's
Constitution. if I need to just tough it out, I would be in a much better. Yeah. Come on. Oh. Yeah.
Nope. Okay.
Snatches it from your hand, grasshopper.
No, that's not what happens.
Oh, I'm sure it's not. It has to be worse than that.
It is. A struggle happens as you try to bring your hammer down. He hits you with it, like he hits your hand, like, so your hammer misses. You let go of the worm. The worm is in the air. You guys are fighting like, no, and you're now both trying to grab it.
Yeah.
Right. So now I'm going to need a strength test to like get it from between you two. Be like, because like you knocked it off. Now it's in the air. It's contested. You're like, no, let me get it. And so you're both trying to get it
better
here.
At strength than I've got more than a 50-50 chance here.
Right,
so let's see.
Sorry, it's not contested. I mean, it's the question is on you if you do it.
Oh, come on.
No.
Let
me ask you a question here because it's the game and I want to do this.
Yeah.
Do you want to go double or nothing on this? If you fail, it'll be really bad. If you fail, you'll probably end up accidentally eating this or forcibly eating it.
I was already thinking that was probably going to happen, so I'll totally double or nothing for that.
Okay.
Sure.
But I don't want to put you in that spot and have like your character irrevocably change if it's not for.
No, I'm fine with it. Like,
okay.
I think this is an awful thing to do to a person, but it happening to my character is an interesting thing to happen to him. He's just not gonna. He doesn't want this to happen to anybody. If it happens to him.
Vesh has his hand on a dagger because one of my special things is I always have a throwing dagger secreted somewhere on my person. Oh. And as soon as I saw that look in his eye with the hammer, like his grip tightened on the hammer, and I'm like immediately going for my dagger. I'm like, there's some sort of fight about to break out. So also, if there's any way that I can throw it to knock the worm.
Yeah. Also, there's Lochloinn. You totally should be in this scene. Like, you're not in the you're back out of the quarantine zone talking to this guy, right?
Oh,
like,
solid.
Right.
Oh, sure.
Because this dude can't get through the quarantine, so like that's why you're talking to him.
I was about to ask like the details of like, wait, so if he's trying to get out of the quarantine, I figured there was some reason for it.
I never mentioned that detail, and I got so excited that I forgot to say that. All right.
Sure. So we're back outside of quarantine, which means Lochloinn can absolutely be here too.
Double or nothing.
I'm willing to go for it. Sure.
Okay. Is there anything anyone wants to do here to like? This action happened. Is there anything anyone want to argue for like why you should have advantage or any? Okay.
Well, like I say, like as that thing is bouncing around over them, I'm I'm going to throw a knife at it, especially if I don't think I'm going to
prepared.
hit anybody else because we're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
Just
but
to
it's-
knock it out of the way, so that at worst it at least doesn't fall into Ambassador's ear or something.
Okay. So if
Yeah.
okay, so then you're in a position if he fails that you might be able to like kill it before it goes in his mouth.
That's the hope.
Okay, got it.
Or I hit him in the face with the
Yeah,
dagger.
or
I'm
you
sure
you
that's-
stop
I mean-
with the dagger.
I've got hit points to spare. One
Okay.
dagger won't kill me. I'm not
All right.
Lochloinn.
You did say that if you just had to suffer through it, that would be better. So I'm trying to get you into that position.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here.
Herodotus. Oh my god,
Finally.
success.
Oh,
All
Good
right.
thing I was muted when I was babbling all the nonsense I was.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
Oh
Greg.
god. Okay. Yeah. So you're not in danger of it going in your mouth. That's your devil's bargain, pushing yourself there. Okay. Yeah. Cool. And so instead, the purple sorcerer grabs it. So it's like bumbling, but it doesn't go in your mouth. But it's like it's in his hand, but you have your hand like on his hand, and
On
so
his
like
hand.
he can't get it yet. So what do you do?
I think at this point, I mean, if I know that Lochloinn or Vesh are nearby, I think I glance for help. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just trying. Like, this seems like an extraordinarily dangerous thing to have in the hands of somebody who's ostensibly like associated with my enemies. Like, yeah, and plus it's just a really creepy thing to have.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Vesh, like you got a dagger handy. Like, any chance you could come over? I don't care if his hand gets. at the
Anytime
same
you're
time.
ready, buddy. Like Indiana Jones, you know. It's like, come on, anytime.
Oh, but I wanted to see what happened. I don't think that the purple blue robed dude knew that I was there though. Like, this was a conversation between him and the diplomat, right? Yeah. So I'm kind of just moving around to get into kind of the best possible situation. I can just knife him if you want, Sage.
I was gonna cast sleep spell on him. That's what I said when I was muted. I was
Yeah,
like,
do you want him to die or just fall asleep? Because that's basically the hand signal you give. If you're giving it to me, he's not going to be there anymore. And if you're giving it to our friend Lochloinn, then he might still come back.
Is it possible that it's both? That you both interpret the signal differently?
I mean, yeah, I don't think we have a like super canonical hand signal for like the difference between take this guy out without killing him and take him out. with
Well,
killing
you
him.
give somebody specific a significant look. If you look at both of us, then yeah, I'm stabbing him.
It's great party bonding.
Awesome. I'm stabbing him then.
Yeah, I look.
He has a
towards you
bunch
guys.
of cool stuff. Let's stab him.
I think later on you'll find out what I actually think of that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, he's fighting with my friend over this thing that my friend tried to destroy.
I should stab him too.
A murder in the quarantine zone.
I have a sacrificial dagger. We
That's
just walked up
definitely okay.
I do.
I mean,
2d6
okay,
plus
actually,
one damage.
that is a good point. I think that you are setting us up for more trouble if we kill him. Whereas, like, if he just falls asleep, people fall asleep all the time. That could have just who knows that it was magic.
Eric,
Like,
I'm casting my spell.
Okay. I'm sneaking up on him.
Critical success.
Okay.
Boom, collapses.
Falls down before I get to him.
Yeah, you're like right there, and then boom,
You're that
instantly
good.
collapse.
You're like, look at your knife. You're that good.
Feeling pretty good about it.
so yeah, I grab the thing from his hand and like smash it hard with the hammer because
Yeah.
I think that is a very bad thing for people to have. If I thought that I could go through his stuff like without potentially endangering myself, I would go through the rest of his stuff.
I was
That
going
means-
to. I was going to become the purple wizard.
Well,
I mean,
let me
I
look
mean,
at it.
You
I
guys,
think those
you
are
guys
traps
can do
and
that.
magical devices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that sounds like more your wheelhouse. I agree.
the now broken worm is worth 5 coin because it's
Hey.
pieces. It's
Cool.
chips of ivory.
Yeah, I will add that to my.
But now you want to go rob this guy?
That's such a strong word. Again, I'm a thief, but I'm not a thief. I'm just making sure that these valuables can be put to good use.
Well, he keeps his valuables in a pool of mud.
This isn't exactly like stealing in the like sense that he normally does it. This is a this is a diplomatic thing now. Like when countries steal from each other, it's like an international incident. Wait, I'm not making it sound any better.
No, you made it worse.
We're going to return them to the dead gods through several layers of economic activity.
I mean, yeah.
Grave robbery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's looting the mud pit?
That would be me.
Okay, cool.
I just want to wear the guy's robes.
All right.
He's just asleep.
I'll put them back
man.
on him. Yeah, I would just get his robes. I'll wear them for a little bit, then put them back on him.
Okay. You don't want to keep the robes?
No, that'll come back to haunt me.
Yeah. Okay.
It will still come back to haunt you. All right.
You shouldn't have had any ghosts in here anyways.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm digging around.
Yeah, digging around. Hands in the mud. You don't feel anything. Do you put your hand deeper?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Like whole arm?
I might dive in there.
Cool. Do you? You still don't feel anything. It just feels like mud, but it feels like it goes on for a while. You could probably swim in this.
Actually, I got 3 cons, so I probably couldn't swim in this.
Yeah, it's mud. But do you like put your body into it? Like, what do you do? What does it look like?
I go down to the shoulder.
Okay, cool. Mud dries up. Your hand stuck in the ground.
But my face is not stuck in the ground, so I'm okay with this.
Yep.
Hey, hammer guy.
Yeah, I come in and start like trying to break the hardened mud.
Cool.
Very gently at first.
Very gently. You feel something prick your hand that's in the mud. And like several, like you got stabbed by a scissor. And then again and again in your hand.
Oh, it's the crab.
Something is pincering you. Yeah, it's stabbing you. Like you're getting stabbed by a needle in your hand.
Well,
that's
I can't
stuck.
Pull my hand from the box.
No, you cannot pull your hand from it.
My neck?
Yeah, fear is the mind kill. But how quick? Dune references for days, everybody. Yeah. So pretty soon you're gonna start taking damage from this thing. How quickly and diligently do you want your hand extracted out of here? Your arm.
As far as the hammer is concerned?
Yeah, how quickly can you dig with the hammer? You know, like how what do you want to do here?
I mean, if you're too slow, I might not have my arm anyway, so you might as well just go for it.
Okay, I start taking some bigger swings here.
Okay. Sure. Dexterity test.
Okay, that is not a good stat.
Adam, can you make a strength test for me too for Vesh? So before you roll dexterity, I think Adam's test will confer advantage or disadvantage based on how much he can help you.
Cool.
Right. You're tugging at it, but is it making it worse or is it making it better? All right, it's disadvantage.
Yeah.
Of course it's disadvantage. Yeah, we have like no chance here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe.
All right, you're able.
Yeah,
you managed to get your hand out of here, but it's not. It's all like pierced, and your hand feels super numb. Like it's maybe not poison, but it just hit you in the nerves and stuff like that. So you're gonna take 2 things. You're gonna take D4 of damage. Take 3 points of damage.
All right.
And you're gonna take 1 point of dexterity as your hand is all numb and tingly. And as you pull your hand out, you see that little like pincer little spider crab, the metal spider crab thing, like scurries away and scurries over to its master.
No, he can't scurry away. We're grabbing it. I've got 1 spare hand.
Okay, yeah. Does that hand have a dagger in it, or is it trying to grab it?
I put it back. I'd keep it on my person. That second roll of 1, that was a ability damage, right?
Correct. It's a dexterity ability damage.
As soon as we see it coming out, I slam.
You're poisoned. Yeah.
slam down on top of it my translucent dinner plate sized force disc so that my hand isn't touching it.
Yeah,
And
You gotta put the bowl over the spider, right?
Yeah, it's basically the bowl over the spider. Actually useful. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I have no idea what to do with it now, but yeah.
Spiders under your force disc. Are you using it to kill it, or is it like to smash it down and smush it, or just like kind of like you bend it down to like a globe and you trap under it?
I mean, if I can make it a little bit of a globe and like just bend it a little bit so it's like the glass on top of it, it can't run away. That's great. Otherwise, I'm just pinning it down with it. Like I'm not trying to kill it. I just don't want it to get away. Yeah.
No, I mean, I think it'd be funny if you keep it in like a little like. Doily, what do you like the thing that you keep like bread and like muffins fresh in that thing? Like, like I mean, you kind of like you can push it down over it, and so it makes a little like force bubble over it. So it's like.
Sword Peddler has a good idea. We now need that table, so we can slide the table under it and just bring it along on the.
You've bought yourself some time, but you haven't solved this because it's going to start digging under it.
Oh, of course it will.
Hey, Wizard.
I mean, this is kind of like this is more your guys' wheelhouse than mine. I stopped it for you. Figure something out soon.
I got a green brick. That's about it. And just hit it with it. But that's I
mean, if we just want to kill it, I can probably do that.
I want to try to barter with this wizard to wizard. Or wizard to.
I was say, I don't think. I mean, it could be a crab wizard. I don't know.
Yeah,
the crab singer. So it's killing this thing's familiar is probably not going to get you in its good graces to make some sweet wizard deals.
Oh yeah,
I'm
no,
not
I
interested in
gave.
wizard deals. I want to make deals with this familiar. I want to break its bond.
I decided that the fact that this guy, I'm also no longer interested in wizard deals. I can see why everybody hates this guy.
Yeah. Okay.
You were gonna say?
Oh, yeah. I want to see if the familiar is willing to fall in with us.
No, it's pissed as all heck as its master is asleep, and you tried to steal from it.
Well, it's going to be less pissed when it's dead. So
right.
I think we're going to have to kill this thing.
Okay. What I mean is that it has a very unsavory disposition to you all right now. But unless there's something you could do to coax it, it's not going to listen. Unless you have something particularly juicy.
Yeah, does it want a girlfriend? Schmedley the crab is a hot date in the world of familiars. Schmedley, show him your moves.
Charisma check at advantage.
Well, when your charisma's a 4,
it better be with advantage.
Nope, failure.
Not
put the wig away.
It's not its type.
All right. Well, hey, I'm gonna warn it. I'm gonna stand over its master with the green brick, like I'm gonna kill it. It's be like, if you move at all, your wizard master loses their brains.
Oh yeah, it stops digging.
That's right.
But this is how long can you keep this up before someone realizes this dude's asleep? You're holding a green brick over him and sees what's going on. This place is a pretty crowded little camp. What do you do?
Skeletons form a circle around us.
Do they bring the wheelbarrows too?
Yeah.
All your goods and okay, so you haul the cat coffee through everything. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you have your skeletons around the wizard and their familiar.
Yeah.
But by making this a deal with skeletons around here, people have definitely noticed what's like, not necessarily the specifics, but they've noticed that something is happening here. And
yeah,
it's only a matter of time before someone starts asking questions.
Touch me without my consent. That'll teach you.
Herodotus, can you politic this and get us on the right end of the story as it's coming out?
Yeah.
Framing. Need to put out the first news article.
Yeah.
And since you have the highest charisma.
That's a really bad sign that I have the highest charisma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Move along.
Let's get his body. Now that we formed a circle, let's get his unconscious body. What we can do is we can tie him up, and what we can do is if he gets mouthy, we can have Schmedley kind of like clamp his tongue so he can't talk.
No. Put him in the court of, talk to him about this thing that you smashed. Because when he wakes up, he's not going to be like, "Oh no, it doesn't do that." He's going to be all excited to talk about what it does.
And to keep others from interfering with us, I'm looking very official. I'm making sure that the grudge book and the war paints and the seal are all super visible.
Yeah. The book is at some page in the middle.
It's 100% your background here, so advantage for sure. Right?
I'm writing the crimes this wizard committed and getting ready to pin it to its chest.
Okay.
Wizard crime.
Signed your friendly neighborhood Lochloinn. So charisma with advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
You wield the wooden mallet. Law and order.
Again!
We can succeed.
You can succeed. Okay.
So this is literally the second time I've played a low charisma character who is apparently just always able to roll. Yeah.
Oh, well, perfect. Okay. So what this looks like is, I wonder if it's the same one. Let's say it's not. It's another reviewer for the quarantine. This one's Vedia. And Vedia's like, "We have received disturbance reports from this area. Why have you moved camp? What is going on here?"
The matter being discussed here is highly sensitive Decapolitan internal politics. We have no intention of causing problems for anyone here except for those who would harm our traveling companions. And I make sure that Vesh holds up his hand. So I mean that's technically kind of the truth. This guy did end up causing
That worm is totally a Vom. You could also push that point.
Yeah. And I could totally they
were harboring Voms.
Yeah, this man was harboring Voms.
I'm just a Vom smuggler.
we think that there's more in the mud pile. And then
wait. I don't think I don't want to get them too much more involved in the mud pile because I can't figure out if we want to do more with the mud pile. Yeah. Because I think if we tell them about it, they're going to be like, "Oh, we've got to investigate." So I'm just going to say we have it under control. We agree with you. No Voms. No way. We got it handled. Thank you.
Are you certain that one has no ultras around them? They speak with the Blue Land speech.
I will be sure to ascertain that as well. And obviously he is on this side of the quarantine. So if he is, I'll deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you succeeded here. I'm wondering, though, if they think then... I think they're under the impression then if there was any cause of, suing or anything, legal, it's going to be the Decapolitans' problem and not their problem. So,
but that's fair enough.
Yeah.
That sounds reasonable. Yeah.
Okay. Affirmative. The many-headed collective lets you carry on. And they take their spacesuit and walk back and please disperse quantities of more than the crowd and people like nothing to see here. Diplomat at work. Crowds of greater than 30 attract Voms. Please. And it's back up and telling people to space. Please, there must be 17.67 feet between everyone. Please. Please disperse. And they're helping you out.
Solid.
Cool. So you got some time.
So you want to do something else with this mud pit? I was hoping we could make it their problem.
I mean, it can also become their problem. I just didn't want to, at that moment, make that call.
Yeah.
If we feel like we're all done with it and we just want him, we're good.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Yeah, so what do you guys want to do with this? Alternatively, maybe like... no, actually, never mind. I won't say it. Just go ahead. What's the play?
Well, we've got Lochloinn holding something to this wizard to keep the crab occupied.
Yeah,
Uh,
the glow rock, the glow brick.
I'll use it.
The way my stats are rolled, my strength and isn't that bad. So,
So, Herodotus, do you want to try this time, or you want me to go again into this thing now that we've got the familiar out? I'm an expert at doing nimble things, especially with traps and damage. The problem is I couldn't be nimble if I was frozen in the rock.
Mud. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, I mean, I do have strength and constitution, but the trap side of things, really, your...
I mean, I found your trap. We are 100% aware of the trap.
Okay. I'll
I'm
go
a
for it
great
next.
trap finder.
I look at Fish's hand and I'm like, fine.
It's all the
And
practice.
put like very like carefully and almost ritually stack the book, the paints, the seal, and then like roll up his sleeve and in there up to the shoulder.
of the mud? Or wait.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's solid. It's solid earth.
Okay, it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't
Stayed solid? That
It
was the
stayed
deal?
solid. Yeah.
Then let's just bust it up.
Yeah. Well, I'll break it up for a while. See, like, I'll start breaking it up. If nothing interesting comes out of it, I'll give up after not too long.
How long? Yeah. How long does the sleep effect last?
forever. I don't know if it gave me a duration.
Okay. Well, I
Forever
think
is probably not right.
All right, so sleep. They fall asleep for it's going to be UD6 minutes.
Aha. So you roll a d6 every minute.
yeah.
On a 1, you drop die size. When you roll a 1 on the d4, they wake up. So roll a d6.
6.
Okay. Then so this has been the fight with the familiar. So let's catch up these rolls here, right?
Sure.
So catching the familiar and all that kind of, and getting your hand out of the pit was that d6 here. Disperse the dealing with the crowd and everybody like that's another minute. So roll another d6 for me. Okay.
4.
Cool. And then now after these events, it'll be another time to roll. So right now, Sage, you're gonna dig through the earth.
Bust it up.
Bust it up.
I'll bust it up.
Okay, cool. Probably strength, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking like investigation, what that would kind of be like, but it's more just like you're trying to get up the earth, trying to find something.
Yeah,
digging
like
around.
I mean,
We're
even
not
if I'm
doing-
just getting scraps of whatever he had in there. I'm good with it.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking, is it disadvantaged because it's like you're just guessing in the earth, like just strong, just trying to dig around for something? But
We're not
a failure's a failure.
archaeologying. Yeah,
We're not archaeology. We're like we're looking for weirdness deposits in this rock.
Right.
That's what we're looking for. And we still fail.
Yeah.
If they get smashed, that's no big deal.
No,
So-
it's like it seems to be gone. Like everything there is out of there.
Okay, let's not mess with this
Lochloinn-
rat hole anymore.
Lochloinn, if you want to identify that there's something to know about this mud pit, how it works. If you're
That's
interested.
if I want to or not. Yeah.
Because
I'd like
now
to.
that they haven't found anything like that, you've seen enough evidence of what this thing is. Not this
Okay.
person, but like this pit.
So is this an intelligence check, do you think?
Yeah, probably to recall. Could be wisdom because you kind of intuited it based on what you saw.
It's failure.
Uh-huh.
I rolled exactly on the dot.
Okay. The bad news is that can you roll to see if they wake up at disadvantage? Can you roll a disadvantage with the 2d6 or 2d6?
All right. So,
But you will also learn what this is.
Okay.
So the additional failure here is they might wake up.
Oops. All right. 9.
Doesn't matter. Okay, you're fine. These rolls. Okay, so he's still straight up, totally out. But you know that this is a kind of like a portable hole or like a bag of holding that is tailored to this person. It needs to be wet to open. But you know that the liquid required is different depending on the spellcaster. So, like, the general area is that if you spray the water in the sort of area to make the mud pit, it makes the mud pit again. And then when you're done, you can apparently pick it up. It's weird.
I wonder if I can charm this familiar into telling me.
Yeah.
What liquid?
Give me their secrets. Who do you work for?
Where are the other trucks going? Sorry. I promise not to.
What kind of liquid? Answer me.
Turned into Telly Munster from
It's me.
there for a second.
The crab in bio crab. Do I look like a crab with a plan? No. What do you do? Do you try to intuit with this crab what you need?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the way charm works is a nearby NPC or monster obeys a simple command and will perform a simple action.
Yeah.
I just want to see if it'll spill the beans, so I can try casting and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. I hate this. Casting spells is scary. Nope, it's failure. +1, so it's a 19. I guess I got to roll on those tables again, eh?
Yep. Go wild.
It'll swap your 2 stats back.
We'll find out.
D100 for me.
I'm scared to death after you explained how a ghost can kill an orc or an Aarakocra today. 65, so that's going to be...
You gain perfect vision in darkness.
Ooh, I can see forever.
That's permanent, right?
Until something happens.
I don't...
Put that down in your spells and abilities, sir.
Yeah.
Perfect vision in darkness, like at night, it's got to be great. Oh my god, it's full of stars. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but there are probably some things that you shouldn't see at night in the Ultraviolet Grasslands.
Oh, good point. Also, oh my god, it's full of stars. Yeah, no, it works both ways.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
I think we get out of.
I think we need to get out of here now.
Yeah.
We've managed to barely skate through this.
But before we go,
is it going to Zoidberg out?
No, it's
before we go, so this may be quite a far off the beaten path, but Black Hack has you level up by carousing by buying drinks. We're not going to be able to buy drinks very often in this game because
you're in a town. That's I was trying to imply
place.
that. Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Okay, yes, we should do that on our way out of town.
Back any of these horrible lost stats, we should probably roll some dice for.
Yeah, that makes sense here.
Let's do that.
Okay. So, in order for you to share your experiences, you must go carousing, right? And you share stories.
We go find another tent on the other side of Burning Man here.
Yeah.
And get ourselves some liquor.
Oh, no. You need to. In order to level up to level 2, you need to share 2 experiences.
Who wants to start? Experiences that happened in this game. I was reading Black Hack as these are experiences that happened before the game, and you're filling in history. But like,
it's both.
Sweet.
All right. So I can tell you an experience. So here's exactly how it went down. I'm in possession of a letter. This letter belonged to my partner at the law firm. And they wrote it to another, but I wish they wrote it to me. I intercepted the letter, and I've been holding on to it this whole time. I walk a lonely road, the crab familiar road. Then I pocket the letter and I put it away.
I'm not going to be able to follow this.
Ooh, this
Ugh.
carousing one cannot recover that damage. Oh, oh.
Also, I believe it is equal to your current hit die, is the story. So if you want to change that, that's fine.
Oh, I level. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right. So it's you need one experience to share. My bad.
Yeah.
You're good. That's a great thing to share. Can you? Now that you've done that, can you roll? So here's the thing. Like it calls for in the black hack, it's like a d6 of coin, but like that doesn't really make sense in this kind of game. So I think it's going to be d6 times 10 for now.
Okay.
So for the amount of coin for carousing. So go ahead and do that here, Grant, for Lochloinn.
Okay.
These are the drinks and etc.
Grant, do you have that
You
much
said-
money?
Yeah, I was gonna
D6
say like
I don't. I started with coins, 4d6, and
Don't worry.
I think
Hey,
won.
don't worry
Yeah.
about it. Don't worry about it. That's my problem. I'll tell you who you're in debt to.
30.
Yeah.
1d6 times 10.
Yep. So 30 coins.
Okay. All right.
Are you good for that?
No, I'm
When
literally
that's the
5
fear of
short.
God.
Or
Okay.
I'm not 5 short. I'm 8 short.
Okay. I'll tell you who you're indebted to in the morning.
Oh no! Will they be lying next to me?
Yeah, or on top of you.
Let's roll for attributes and HP after the stream because that's boring.
Yeah, we'll definitely do all this other stuff first. Okay,
Same.
who wants to carouse next? So, carousing in the quarantine is the name of the game.
yeah, I guess I'll go next.
Now here's a question though, Eric.
Oh, what's up?
Are you implying that a d6 from Black Hack always equals 1d6 times 10 in UVG?
No, I'm just making an arbitrary decision right now.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, I think partially because like we're dealing in an economy with like the cat coffee and stuff. Like if it's just 1d6, we could.
Yeah,
Go.
it's Dean. Yeah, we're using.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. My experience. This isn't actually my first book of grudges. My first one, I went rogue. I wrote my own personal grudges into it on my first ambassadorial assignment, and that's why I'm out here on my own on this godforsaken task. Because if I fail this one, they don't care if I come back. So this is my last chance, my second chance, and my last chance. Yeah, that's my experience. I have very little money. If I find out how much it's gonna like, can I basically go up, find out how much a round of drinks is, and then be like, oh no, I don't want to like, or am I committing if I roll this d6?
You're committed.
Oh. Well, I do like leveling up, and everybody else is doing it. So let's see here. I can pay for it. Oh,
You get that
man.
ambassador discount.
Yeah, this is the best. I have never had this experience at a bar. This is fantastic. So yeah, out of my 12 coins, I now have 2, and I level up.
So good.
Awesome.
So I have this oversized moon-shaped coin that I carry in one of the random sacks or maybe it's attached to the wagon that I've got, and has the Vesh family name written in that weird dwarvish language. So there's lots of empty space on the coin because that's how it's written. And it was you get the flashback of it being given to me when I was given the assignment.
The kerning. It's the language is in the kerning.
Oh yeah, it's like the white space programming language.
Yeah.
Except there is occasional punctuation that's important. But yeah, I was given it when I was given the assignment. It's kind of like a taxi license. Like there's only one for the whole family, and it's cost you $1 million. And they're like,
It's your taxi token.
It's a medallion.
You found this off of your third older brother when they died in the last big attempt to start one of these things. And so get started because we only have 2 more poor donkey veshes to be able to send out. So just make sure this comes back. Otherwise, it's going to cost the family more than they have.
Perfect. Oh, man. All right, level up and roll the D6.
Oh,
20.
I've got that. No
Okay.
problem.
You can afford the 20. That's good.
It's only our lawyer who doesn't know how to keep an expense account balanced.
You'd be surprised.
I have an interesting take for the carousing for you that plays back into what happened in the Violet City and the things I mentioned last week. I think you wake up and you're the first one to notice this, Lochloinn. You got into the cat coffee and sold it. That's how you helped pay for your round, is that you traded some of your goods for it. But it's okay. It wasn't too much. I'm sure no one would notice that some of it's missing.
I'm going to have to go get it back.
You made a bad decision last night, and that's... Well, I mean, it was a good decision. You
We've all
needed
been there.
You only smoke when you go out to drink, that kind of thing. And you're like, I just wanted some coffee while I was drinking. It's fine.
Lochloinn, do you tell anybody? Like, does anybody else
You're not
know?
addicted.
I think it's written on my face, so as soon as you see me, I haven't said anything. You all instantly know, because I can't keep a liar a secret.
Well, I
stole cat coffee. Just
well, I think
it's around my lips.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that you have black around your lips.
Oh boy.
What happened last night, everybody? Like, oh.
Oh man.
Is there something on my face?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's
into my nose.
In addition to just the role playing and those sort of stuff, we also do carousing. Like there's a D6 table for this.
Yes.
And this changes your characters.
Ooh.
So let's go ahead and do that now. This is individually. If you're following along, it's page 13 of the book. Fun fact, I also used this carousing table when I was playing the Forbidden Lands. So use the same thing. It works out pretty well.
Nice.
Had to, yeah.
Same order or whoever rolls first. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, let's do you. Vash.
I have an entirely new background.
Gain another background.
Oh yes.
Do you want to roll randomly for this, or do you?
I totally do. Come on.
Yeah.
Of course I do. This is the Who Are You?
The many layers of our dwarf.
Oh yes.
They are all. Oh, you got it.
Clearly, I am not as much of a communist as my family wants me to be, but I have to keep it. I have to keep it within. Really, I want to go out and show that the dwarves were not forever communists. One time in the past, they were independent,
freehold
individuals. I want to go find that freehold where they maintained.
Ooh, okay.
Drunken brawl.
That's where the coffee got lost.
Well,
you broke up a familiar versus spider crab fight.
Eric, I died. No, hold on. Do I get to roll more hit points when I level up? My max HP was 1 at level 1.
You get to roll an HD.
Yeah, but when does
this happen before or after? Did he just die in the process of going?
I think I died in the process of leveling up. I think that's how this works. Because I only have 1 HP, right?
Right.
I'm dead. I dropped to 0. People die in bar fights.
Well, you don't. Dropping to zero doesn't kill you.
Wait a second. We are doing this wrong or differently. I'm not going to say wrong. We're supposed to actually use the rolls that for our drinks. So the highest roll, if you had rolled multiple times, you take the highest thing paid for the drinks, and that's what you do on the carousing table.
Oh, it's not together. It is together.
I mean, it is together. Like you use the existing roll. So I would get drunk and disorderly because I was a cheapskate and paid for very few drinks.
Got it. Okay.
I got fame, so charisma tests have advantage.
Oh, which would actually mean that then it costs a lot more. Oh yeah, so this does actually kind of have to be tied together. But that also means that a 1 can't be. I have to roll again.
Yeah. Okay. How did you? Is that?
It's on page 13. It's the bullet point right above carousing. But this.
Okay.
This, then we're gonna have to rewind.
All right, rewind. That's fine. Hey, we're learning the game. That's fine.
We're gonna have to rewind quite a bit though to because now there's no way that I could pay for mine. I'm about to also have to be in debt for mine.
Well, we'll see.
But okay. So I'm in debt for 20.
Okay, you're in. Okay, you're in debt for 20, and you got in a drunken brawl.
Well, see.
No, I was just drunken disorderly. It's different from a drunken brawl.
Got it.
The issue, though, is that we still have the dying from leveling up question because I did roll a 2 on my original D6, and that does lead me to lose 1 HP. And since I had lost 3 from my hand in the pit earlier, that takes me to 0.
So,
now is it a number of max HP or a number of HP?
So it's a number of max HP. So you're fine, Adam. It just means that you can't heal back as high.
Yeah.
It says that you heal it at the beginning of the next session, though.
Well, so you don't. This isn't Magic the Gathering. You're not changing what your maximum is, and you have marked damage on you.
Oh, cool.
Your current HP is a number, and your maximum HP just changed. So you're currently at 1 HP, and your maximum HP is now 3 instead of 4. I think is what's happening.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
You don't take damage when your maximum HP changes.
Okay. But then we don't get the background, so I'm sorry about that. That sucks.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about that later. I've got a trick.
Okay.
Rocking, but yeah, it's 10:07.
Okay. Yeah. Is that everybody?
Yeah.
Have we done everyone's then?
We only have 3.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. Okay. Cool. And then we'll do level up off session. So and then just come back. Real quick though, do you think we're going to continue here and explore what's around the Lime Nomads, or are we going to probably get up and get moving?
I think we're going to get moving.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got enemies on the ground here.
Right. So you're in debt too. Then perhaps maybe we should change the story so that maybe both of you sold some of the cat coffee.
I showed up in covered form. I was like, no, I got him. And I just handed more handfuls of cat coffee.
Yeah. You're like, how did you have the money? He's like, I didn't. I used the cat coffee. It's like, that's the session. And that's the session.
Out at the same time.
Yeah, right. And that's the session.
No problem.
Okay. Cool. Grant, thank you so much for indulging us with your with my bullcrap antics. And you're like, yeah, that totally was the cat coffee. I appreciate that so much. It's really cool. Awesome. Oh, cool. Then that's the session today. Quick and fast 2 hours. Thank you so much for hanging out and playing. Adam.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Adam. I'm Hacker Blinks on Twitter and on Bandcamp and on SoundCloud and on a bunch of other stuff. And I do things like music and play games and occasionally make games that I don't tell anybody about because it's too scary. How about you, Sage?
I'm old Fortran with an E and an underscore on Twitter, and pretty much anything that I get around to actually doing, I post about there. At this point, that's not a whole lot except my day job stuff. That's most of my time at this point. Grant, how about you?
Hey everybody, my name's Grant Ellis. You can find me on Twitter at WisePapaGrant. I'm the Twitch producer for the WebDM show. Thank you to everyone that said hi to me from the channel at PAX East. It was great meeting you all. Do check out the TPK Handbook Volume 2 by 2C Gaming. I was a contributor on there. I have other books coming out soon, but yeah, I think that's the next big one.
Awesome. Yeah. And I'm Eric. I'm Eric Vulgaris everywhere. Besides this game, I also run a 5e Savage Tide Adventure Path game, also Tuesdays in the morning. So Tuesdays is kind of my role-playing game, big stream day. So with that, you can also catch me over sometimes on the Sunfall Cycle, which is over on Jesse Cox's channel, where Stephen Lumpkins made some kind of cool like Dark Souls-y D&D, where you can die and respawn, and you learn and checkpoints, and a really, really, really cool world. So I want to plug that. And with that, I think we're going to get out of here. So same ultraviolet time, same ultraviolet place next week. Take care. See you, Rainbow Landers.